When I think about yesterday.
Quickly say, I only just discovered that this morning.
My oh my, my oh my, a kiss and so I did.
A few weeks ago, after losing my mum, I found it really hard to get back into making videos. But then my sister-in-law sent me this. An Artistro £48 watercolour set. And honestly, it was just what I needed. With its vibrant neons and shimmering metallics, it brought a little bit of joy back into my life. So today I'm swatching, testing and painting with it. Plus I'll let you know who I think that this set is best for. Whatever art style you're into, stick around to see if this could be your next creative spark.
When I think about yesterday, my oh my, my oh my, a kiss and so I did.
Hello. Well, today I've got this little thing of beauty to have a look at. I received it through the post a couple of days ago. It wasn't from the company, it was from my lovely sister-in-law. She sent it to me and it was just such a lovely little gift to receive through the post, and it's a thing of beauty. I have had a quick look at it inside, but I've not tried it out because I thought, well, I'll do it on camera and make a little video, so share the experience with yourselves, because I've really missed making my videos over the last couple of weeks. So what a better way to start than with this. So I have had a quick look inside, but I'll show you the outside of the box. So it's got all the colours. There's 48, which is a lot of different colours. You've got some fluorescents, I think. I think these would be classed, are they? I thought they had. Anyway, I think these are fluorescent colours, which is quite nice. You've also got some metallics as well. And anyway, let's get to it. So, yeah, I've not had a chance to have a proper good look at this, and I've been dying to. So it comes with some watercolour paper, 10 sheets acid free, so that's really nice. And we'll just get one of those out, have a quick look. Oh yeah, it's really textured actually. So I'm not sure, I think it is showing up. So yeah, it's a really nice grain on that. So we'll have a go with that. And then the box is just a thing of pure joy. It's like the actual packaging. You've got your colours on the back. It says 36 there. Oh, right, okay, yeah. 36 amazing standard colours, 4 neons, 8 metallics, and 10 pieces of watercolour paper, swatch sheet, sponge, brush, exclusive water brush pen, and a black acrylic paint pen with 0.7mm. So you've got everything that you need in this little tin. It's a really lovely colour, and something that you could keep to use afterwards if you use everything, want to keep it. So what have we got? Okay, so this is your little swatch part, so we'll do that and have a look at the colours. Again, it's very similar to the paper they've sent you by the looks of it. There's some other, is it Artistro? Is that how you say it? Artistro. So some bits that have come with that. And then you've got a little, that's really handy. I think does it match up? Yes, it does. Yeah, that's really good. The paint pans are, I would say they were half pan size, maybe a little bit smaller. They're glued in. They look like they're, I don't know what, extruded colours. You've got a sponge, which is always really useful to wipe your brush on, and a little water brush, which is really nice. So it means you can travel with it anywhere. So I need to go and fill that up with water in a minute. It's quite a nice size actually. It's not too thin, and like Goldilocks would say, not too thick. We've got a normal brush. Have a look. Let's take this off. Can't get it off. Oops, there we go. Don't ever put these back on because you'll just ruin your brush and send all the hairs might get caught up and bend them backwards. They're only there for transport, so we can get rid of that. Yeah, that's a nice enough brush. I don't know what size that would be. Size 4, something like that perhaps. And then this is your pen, which is really nice if you're trying to loosen up and not use a pencil. You can just do a little outline with that. I'm guessing it's going to be waterproof. Yeah, or water-based ink. Not sure if that means it's going to flow when you put the paint on it or if it will just stay permanent. So got 3 little mixing wells. I think you could probably take this off and use that as well if you wanted. I'm not going to, but I think you can. Yeah, so that's all there. So that looks really good. So what we'll do is, I think the first thing is to do this little swatch chart. Let's have a look at that. So just for ease of make sure that's all in focus, just to make it a bit easier, we'll use the actual brush and this big water pot that I've got, and we'll use it like, I think things like this, I've never actually seen a watercolour set that actually comes with all these bits. It'd be great if you just sat on the sofa, or you want to put it in your bag if you're going away, or take it with you anywhere, because you have everything there, which is just really nice. What I will do, however, is these are going to be, oh, that fluorescent is really fluorescent, isn't it? It's great. I think bubblegum pink. Cherry red. Just going to see if these correspond actually with pumpkin, pineapple. Got some great names here. Rose gold. Oh no, that should be a coral pink. Okay, so we're going to have to be a bit careful with this card because I don't think they completely fairy dust us. Taupe grey. So they're on a slightly different order, so we'll have to be a little bit careful with it, but that is what it is. So let's give it a little spray. I've got my little spray bottle here, and we'll let that soak in for a second, and it'll make it a little bit easier to paint with. First off, we've got cherry red. Oh, that's lovely. Now what I am going to do, I won't use their pen yet, just in case it's not permanent. We'll draw a line. I'm just wondering whether to use this. Yeah. What I'm going to do is quickly, I'll probably speed this bit up, just draw a black line through each of these. Well, I've obviously sprayed that because it's not going on very easily. And then we can just find out how opaque the colours are, or if they're transparent, because that's always quite useful when you're using watercolours, just finding out if they're opaque or transparent or semi-opaque. And yeah, I managed to get that wet, didn't I? I wonder if I just dab it on this cork board here. So I'm probably not going to edit this video very much because it's yeah, I've missed a couple of uploads, as you may know. Unfortunately, things happen in life, don't they? So, but it's just great to get back on the horse and get going again. Well, that should give us a bit more of an idea about how opaque and transparent these might be. And I'm just going to try and feather these out a little bit so we can see how they are when they're at the darkest and how they are at the lightest. Just double check we've got these colours in the right place. So we've got, that was definitely cherry red. What have we got next? Carrot orange. It just says orange there. Oh yeah, it's got a C. Oh my gosh. I've got my glasses on as well. Okay, so we've got carrot orange here. I've never used anything from this company before. I really don't know anything about them, to be honest.
If I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the better if I wrote you a poem, if I posted a letter? If I wrote you a song, if I got every word perfectly weighted.
It's a bit confusing, you know, doing this. Watermelon pink. Oh, nice. And then we've got punch pink, so that's the third one in. It's quite an opaque pink, I would say. Raspberry, fourth in. That's the thing, when you've got these small swatch cards, they don't really give you a true, I mean, I was making that lighter that side to begin with, but I think that's gone out the window a little bit. You're working in such a tiny space, it doesn't make it the easiest. Fuchsia, which is here. Please excuse all the layers I've got on. I've just had a swim this morning, so I'm still got my Helly Hansen on and the other layers to try and keep warm, but it was very good. It's a nice swim. And then what have we got? M Blue, Midnight Blue. That's the third one, isn't it? Again, I've managed to bleed that into there a little bit, but you get the idea. There are some lovely colours in this set, I've got to say. They'll be great for just messing around with and just doing shapes. Yeah, abstract bits of art would be quite fun and a really good way to loosen up. It's just nice having a little tin that's got everything in it. I think that's really nice. Light blue. So we're back up here. Turquoise. Always a big fan of turquoise. Mint green. Now I'm trying really hard now not to touch all the other little squares, swatch squares, and moss green, which is this one. 1, 2, 3. No, it's not. Just wash my brush out again. So we've got this one, isn't it? Moss green. Yeah, so do be careful when you, if you have one of these and you do their swatch card, it's quite easy to get mixed up. And then we've got jungle green. Jungle green, that's a new one on me. So not only am I testing this lovely little thing of beauty, this palette, I've got a new recording mic as well that I'm using, so this is going to be interesting, and a little recording gizmo-y thing as well, which I've never really used before. So it's all the new things today, all at once. Where do we get to? Basil? Yeah, that is basil, isn't it? Basil was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basil. I think I've used the wrong one there, so we'll just paint over that. Yeah, some of these are quite opaque. I can just start to see them drying. And yeah, that punch pink, you can tell when obviously the line is not so visible, but you never get a proper idea until it's properly dry, do you? Okay, jade. So we're right down here. So we've got, wow, it's that one. It's really good actually that this card has got them printed on. It's if you do need to know the names. I mean, that's the thing when you get used to these palettes. You don't really, you end up, I find, from my past when I've been painting a lot, you know where the colours are in the palette. You get used to them, and you'll get those that you just use all the time, and then ones that just never seem to get used at all. You'll have your favourites. Gosh, it's like an ink, that. Right, lime green. Concentrate, Sarah. Lime green, that's the fourth one in. Oh. I've never used a fluorescent pan before. In fact, I've never really used fluorescent paints. And it's weird because recently I've really been wanting to use fluorescent paints. I'm thinking that I'm entering my I just do not give a care anymore phase of my life. That's lovely, I like that. Wow. That lemon is really lemon. Unfortunately a little bit of the pink's gone into it, but they're really bright. I mean, do the fluorescent paints, do they actually glow? I wonder. I mean, they can't do, can they? Oh, they're going to be fun. Right, stone grey up here. I think these paints would be great if I couldn't see any information on light fastness. Or what the pigments are that make them up. Have I done the right one there? Better wash my brush out just in case. Yeah, this is taupe grey. I think these would be really good for if you're journaling, maybe making cards, lettering, things like that. If you're into any of that, then these would be really nice to use. The brush is keeping its point. It's doing really well, I've got to say. It's not disappointing me at all. We've got pearl white. Okay, I'm just going to try and use that quite thick to see if it does cover when it dries. Alright, we're on to our metallic, so this is quite exciting. So we've got gold. That's really dry actually. Just gonna... That definitely has a shimmer to it. Yeah, that definitely. I bet on black card and paper that would be really good. Yeah, I've been wanting to do some sort of have sketchbooks for things like abstract still life, things that you can just play with and just have a bit of fun. It doesn't even have to look real. You know, just seeing where I think you can learn a lot when you just play with stuff sometimes, and you find different colour combinations that you would never have usually used, and you learn how things layer, and I think you get ideas. So, because I am sceptical about abstract art, I've always been a realist in a lot of respects. But I actually really enjoy looking at abstract things, and it's just a different thing, isn't it? And I want to have a go. And you only live once, don't you? So that's lovely. Ruby slippers, that's just so nice. I didn't get a lot of the Shamrock Shine, which was the one before. So I'll just try a little bit more of that. Okay, so we've only got 4 left. This one is Sapphire. Just while I clean my brush, I'm just going to add a bit more of this gold. I just want to see how opaque or how thick you can get it. Okay. Okay, and the last three, so we've got Purple Haze. It just reminds me of Prince. We have Amber, which looks like a lovely autumny colour. Like a bronze. Makes me think of autumn leaves. And finally, Fairy Dust. Well, who doesn't need a bit of fairy dust in their lives? Some great names, aren't they? I mean, who are the people who sit and think up of these names? I mean, I am so envious of their job. So, Fairy Dust, there we go. I mean, I think this is a great set for children, isn't it, as well? It's, I don't know how much it cost, because it's a present. I feel a bit bad about going on and having a look at that. But anyway, I will find out and link it below in case you are interested. That's with using the brush. I'm going to leave that balanced on there. And, I mean, they're still a bit wet, but I'll come back and show you them when they dry. But lovely lot of colours there, so that's great.
It's been waiting for the right day, like the right day ever comes. Now it's Friday and nothing's changed. Mistakes that everyone is making, but I can't change. I'm stuck in reverse like an old Benz. Forgot to tap it up. Now I long for another day where things fall into place.
watercolour sets. I think there's something there for everyone. So whether you're a beginner, a crafter, or an artist who's looking for quality paints, there's something out there for you. This little Artistro £48 set is packed with really fun little things. So obviously the neon colours I think are wonderful. You've got all your metallics, which is great. You wouldn't usually get those in a set. And obviously having the marker pen, the traditional little brush and a little travel water brush is just an extra. I'll also quickly say, I only just discovered that this morning, if you take the sponge out, you've got an extra 3 little wells there, which is really useful. So let's pop that back. So who do I think this is for? Well, I think if you're a crafter, somebody who's journaling, you're into your lettering, or it's for a gift for a child as well, I think it would be perfect. The paints, they've got a lot of fillers in, I will say that, so they're sort of bordering on the opaque in some of these swatches rather than a true watercolour. And also they don't use the traditional names, so instead of having like your burnt umber and your alizarin crimson and your ultramarine and all that, raw siennas, etc., you've got some very different names here like pineapple and pumpkin, and yeah, mint green, etc. So that could be a little bit confusing if you're learning how to paint. I think it's a really good idea just to get the basics down. So this could be a bit overwhelming with all the different colour options. However, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I mean, if you just want to experiment and play, it's such a nice little kit that you can just, well, you've got everything there. You just, yeah, do it up and you're good to go. So I'm just going to show you some other options. If you are keen to learn a bit more, you want to take your art maybe to a new level, let's say, I'm just going to show you a couple of different options that are probably in a similar price range that might work well. So this is a Winsor & Newton little travel set. It does actually come with a tiny little brush in there, but it's just 12 colours. They're your traditional colours, and that could be a great option if you want to learn how to paint and learn about your colour mixing. We've also got this Aquafine De Laroni set, which is a nice little travel set. It's small, fairly inexpensive. Again, it uses your traditional colour names. You've got a nice mixing area on there to use and some little wells for making washes. Again, it had a little brush in there, but I don't know where that is. So you could go for something like that. Or if you want something a bit bigger again, I mean, that had, I think that's a 24 set. This is also, I think, a 24 set, but this is a Koi watercolour pocket filled sketch box, and I think children would like this as well. I think this could be a really good set to get them. Just take that out. But basically you get this nice little mixing area separate bit which clicks onto, well, you can do it however you want really. It could go onto the front or the side like I just had it. So if you've got plenty of options. You've got a colour chart with you there. That's just obviously some kitchen roll. It didn't come with the pencil. I just put those in there in a little rubber. But you've got the traditional names, and yeah, that's a really nice set. So probably a similar price range. I mean, I've not looked to see how much this cost because it was a gift. But yeah, that could be another option as well. I think I will try and link them below for you. So if you are interested in any of these, then it'll give you some ideas. But this is a really nice thing. And also, once you've used it up, you can empty it and just use it as a tin. I mean, it's a gorgeous little tin. It really is. So, oh, there was one other thing just before I go as well. It didn't have, I did notice that there wasn't, I know that looks a bit like it, but there was no yellow ochre in here, which I found really difficult when it came to mixing colours. That was the only thing that really jumped out at me, apart from maybe there being a lot more fillers in the paints, which means it doesn't move like a watercolour. Your artist quality and even these student quality ones, they quite often they move in the water when you put them down, or you soak your page with water and put them down. They sort of mix really well with each other. I hope I've explained that well. Anyway, these don't. They do to some extent, but not like a proper watercolour, let's say. But yeah, it's a really lovely thing, and yeah, it was lovely to receive. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I've really enjoyed being back, and thank you for watching. It means so much to me. and I really look forward to seeing you soon. So bye.